And this morning I'm potting up some kale that I bought at the Sunday market last week and some little cauliflower seedlings that we've got here. And this is all on my new experimental porch garden. I've already got some tomatoes up here and some basil, some lemongrass and a few other things, but I'm just wanting to develop this area as a way of just trying something new and that I'm really not certain about because I've never done it before. But as in a lot of things in life, we can't be certain of everything, and I think this is something that is really challenging for a lot of people these days, is that we have been so pre-programmed to want to be certain about so many things in life. But as with growing plants and a lot of other things, yeah, we can't be 100% certain. I know this is a kale plant. I know that I bought it from the local market, and I know that I want it to grow into a big, strong, vibrant plant that we can pick the leaves from and enjoy eating. But I can't be certain of exactly what it's going to like, what sort of environment it is going to enjoy, if it's going to like it up here on the porch or not. But we can only try, so this is what I'm doing. Feels like it's got a good massive root in there already that's nicely held together with this. I might need to go and add some more potting soil to that because there's not enough to put around it. But first I'll plop some of these little babies in the ground as well. I'll pop these little babies in the baskets, in the 20-baht baskets that we've got here. But I'm only going to put a single one. These are cauliflower, so they're going to grow reasonably big. Well, I hope they will. But again, I'm not sure of that. And this is something I've just been dwelling on quite a bit lately, is being comfortable with who we are and what we do without having to be certain of everything that we're doing or that we're trying, that we're experimenting with, like my porch garden here. So lately I've been really thinking about and working on being confident that I don't necessarily always know what I'm doing, which might seem a bit strange, yeah? If we're doing certain things that are very important to know what you're doing, like for example, if we're driving a motor car, we better be pretty sure that we know what we're doing. But when it comes to growing plants and doing other types of creative endeavors, how can we be truly as creative as possible if we're sure of the outcome every time? For me, that's a big part of the creative process, is really not knowing what the end result is going to be and just going with the flow and enjoying being confident in not knowing. It adds some mystery to life, and I like that. Yeah, these days we've got so much access to information. We've got phones, we've got computers, we've got tablets, we've got media coming at us from all kinds of different places that just weren't around when I was growing up. Yeah, we had radio, we had television, we had newspapers, magazines, but it was all very limited compared to what we've got now coming through, especially on social media. The media that we're fed through the algorithms of what we see is so tailored to what we've done in our past, what we've swiped away from, or what we've clicked on to look at further, and these things are measured and delivered to us. So unless we specifically choose to step outside of what we're being fed, we're only going to be consuming the same thing over and over again. And there's that certainty that the algorithm has to follow because it's programmed to do that. And we are not programmed that way. We are not programmed to do the same thing all the time, every time, particularly if we want to be as creative as we can. And so as I begin this garden on our porch, I am very aware that I don't know the outcome of it. I've got some pretty good ideas of how I'd like it to evolve and what I'd like it to grow into. I'd love this space up here where I actually spend quite a lot of time in the evenings particularly to become a much more comfortable place and one that is more surrounded by other types of plants. Sure, I love that our big trees have grown up around us here, but we've got this space on the porch that we're really not utilising well. So I want it to grow into something a lot more homey and comfortable for us. And I think a big part of this, being confident in not knowing and really appreciating the mystery, is keeping a positive mindset. I've really been working on this lately. I'm not a particularly negative person, and certainly what I produce for our video channels, I really want it to remain as positive as possible because I think that's very important. And I'm discovering just how much more important it is, again, for the creative process, whether it's the process of gardening or doing photography or making video or wood carving or some of the other creative things I enjoy doing. As long as my mindset is consciously positive, I've found that I'm much more open to be creative and much more productive in my creative ideas. So keeping a positive mindset as I'm planting my plants, as I'm pruning, as I'm weeding, whatever I'm doing in the garden, just being aware that this time is a time of meditation, a time of prayer, if you like. And as long as I'm keeping a positive attitude, then I am really tapping into nature and discovering that the ideas will just come to me, the creative ideas. If I'm trying to solve a problem or if I'm trying to think of something new to do, a new video idea, for example, these will come to me much, much more readily as I'm keeping a positive check on what I'm thinking about. Because we all know how easy it is to get stuck in negative thoughts and a negative loop. And quite often this is what social media will feed us as well, because it keeps their viewer retention much stronger than positivity tends to do. I genuinely believe that we have been created to be creative, and being like this and believing this, there's some mystery element in there. I don't know exactly what the next creative thing I'm going to do is, because it wouldn't be so creative if it was just a copy of something that had been done before. And I love that aspect of life. It adds an adventure, it adds some sense of unknowing, and just having hope and being practical about it is so central to so much of what I do. And starting this new container garden on our porch here, it's exciting for me because it's another area of the unknown. I really want these little cauliflowers to grow up well. I want the kale plant to grow well. I want to be able to enjoy sitting in our kitchen and at the table and eating these when they're ripe. But there is a sense of mystery to it. I can do what I know and what I've learned, and I can research some more. If I have some problems, if I get bugs on my kale, I can find out pretty easily what to do about it, what somebody else has done about it. But until I incorporate that practically into our experience, I really won't know. You know, we've got so much information available to us, like I was saying before, but we really don't all have that amount of experience. I have no experience of growing cauliflower or kale on my porch before, but I'm about to gain some, and that's exciting to me. I have great hope that it will work. I will work hard to make sure that I'll get the best results possible, and I'll remain positive in my thinking about it, but being confident and comfortable that I really don't know the outcome. So I hope you will join me in this journey on my porch and growing food on my porch and growing more flowers on my porch, that it will be something for you that will be encouraging and uplifting, and hopefully you'll learn something as I continue on my journey. And if you'd like to keep a track of what we're doing up here, please check this playlist next to see other videos that I'm making in the same series. Thank you very much for watching.